made a video in a while, but there's no time like the present. So I'm talking about the new September 1st ban list. I know I jumped on the bandwagon late, but I wanted to get my thoughts collected on it and actually try some of this new format. So let's get it underway. The cards that were forbidden: Fishbar Blaster, Mind Master, Giant Trunade, Royal Oppression. I'm cool with all that. I can see why they made those moves. This format is really gonna. They tried to make it a lot about Exceeds, which is the new mechanic slash monster card type. So I can see why they did a lot of this stuff. The Royal Oppression being banned, yeah. I mean, I don't see Royal Oppression wouldn't have been bad this format anyway. We have three MSTs, but whatever. One Blackluster Soldier, awesome move. He's not broken or anything. He's not super broken. There's already cards as good as him out there at one already. And in this format, I think it's gonna, balance it out in a way. Like decks that wouldn't. I mean, decks that are the best decks are still gonna be able to run him anyway. But it's people are gonna think about running him in decks, and he can clog up hands. But he's a good card. Debris Dragon at one kind of slows down decks that ran that anyway, but it's still spliceable in decks, so it's not bad. Lone Fire at one slows plants down a little bit, so now you've got a four plant, because a lot of people aren't running Titanial anyway, so you got like Lone Fire, Spore, Glow Up Bulb, and Dandelion. Still a runnable engine in a lot of decks. I just wouldn't base a deck around just that plants anymore. Sheen at one, bye bye 6 Sams. I hated that matchup because it just was slow, or not really slow. It was you had a lot of hard times getting around a lot of those plays, and it was just difficult games. Hyper Librarian at one, I actually like this a lot. You only really need one. And it punishes people. It punishes bad players that waste it at times when they aren't getting a plus off of it. So I actually like it at one. It promotes good players and just gets all the bad players into wasting it. Formula Synchron, same thing. It's at one. It helps the play style of good players. Because a lot of people were cutting it to one anyway, didn't have a lot of space. I know a lot of people were at it at two when they really wanted three, but now it saves them the decision and they run it at one. Basically, any of these that are getting cut down are saving space on the extra deck, which is losing a lot of space now that we have Exceeds. They might have to change the ruling on the extra deck at some point. Heavy Storm at one, awesome. No more of those crazy 5 back row setups where the games are super long and super crappy, waiting for openings, not wanting to waste cards, all over. It's going to be back to how it was before. Primal Seed at one, this card has never even been on the list before. Basically, all it does is let you get back 2 of your remove from play monsters when you've got Blackluster Soldier on the field, which is a good preemptive strike by Konami. This format, or this list, really targets Exceed summons and stuff like that. She and Smoke Signal, yeah, 6 Hams, whatever. Pot of Avarice, good move. That card is ridiculous, and it would have been even more ridiculous this format. I know last format I was utilizing 3 in a lot of decks, or this current format. Next format I would have always ran 3. There's a lot of decks you can use it in, especially Light Sworns, which a lot of people are going to run this format, I think, but I don't think they're the best deck this format. Now to 2, Summoner Monk, awesome. Exceed Summon, it's going to be really good for that. Trag, same thing, good for Exceed Summon. Necrogardna, same thing, good for Exceed Summon. DeLorean, who cares? I guess some people, but whatever. It's at 2, it's not really dampering much. I mean, it stops what people were using it for, but whatever. Destiny Draw at 2, good. I think that's a good balance at Destiny Draw. It's going to make people want to go into Destiny Heroes a little bit, but not too much craziness. Swordswing of Light, I like that. It can bait out MSTs, Heavy Storms. Um, and it's overall, I don't it's at 2 it's good. Like I like that. Stuff like that. I always like stuff like that. Mind Crush at 2, awesome card. Searches, people are searching and searching and searching this format, and I don't see why not. I have no. That's good. Mind Crush at 2 is ridiculous. Called On at 2 is sick. At first I was like, when I first saw this list, I would have said, oh, Called On at 2, no one's even going to run it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But then I got to thinking, like, Sangan, like your free searches with Sangan, yeah, it's gonna help a lot. No longer restricted, Judgment Dragon, Light Sworns, helping out Light Sworns, Spirit Reaper, punishing your opponent for not having destruction or removal stuff. Um, Also can help zombie decks get a little bit of use. Overload Fusion, ready to see someone build a deck around that. Mystical Space Typhoon, it's a little tricky. You can set an MST in your turn. They set MST. You're going to MST their MST. I mean, there's going to be a lot of that stuff going on. But at the same time, people aren't going to set as much. But I myself am not going to run 3 MSTs because I'm gonna play the traps that are chainable, and I'm not going to waste my MSTs because think if you played an MST on a chainable card, you're playing MST on like a Trap Dust Shoot or something, now you've lost your MST and they've Trap Dust Shooted you for 1, so you have a -2 for one of their cards. I'm not playing 3 MSTs. Megamorph, awesome. Megamorph, I don't even know why it was on the list anyway. It's a good card. But it should have been, it's been at 3 before, and I don't think it's ever been, like, people have been using it to, like, win games that much. I mean, it's good for those, like, decks that want to use it to win games. A lot of people aren't going to see that coming. I like Megamorph. Gravity Bind at 3, I've been waiting for this for an extremely long time, but it had to be the format where we have 3 MSTs and a Heavy Storm. So, shit. It's whatever. Icarus Attack, Blackwings needed something. So, I really like that move. I don't have a lot of complaints on this list. Normally a list defines a format. But in this format, it's different than that. It's a ruling that's defining this format. The ruling on when you exceed a monster and remove a monster, that monster gets its effect when sent to the graveyard. Or if a card says from the field to the graveyard, it still gets its effect. Like Dark Soul Sangan mainly. That ruling in Japan it doesn't get its effect. It wasn't on the field. And in my opinion, it's not on the field. It's just sitting underneath. It's being basically overlaid is what they're using, I think is the term. And I don't think it's on the field anymore because, it's just considered a card under. It's not even considered that card being on the field anymore. I don't know. If they change that ruling, the format's going to completely change. I kind of hope they do make it like the OCG. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the 2011 September 1st ban list, and this is Bent Yu-Gi-Oh card. Peace.